In this video, we're going to discuss why it's really important for your health to have this balance between, let's say, active and passive. Hi, I'm Farah of Tibetan Healing Movement. So in much of the Tantrayana Buddhist practices, there really is a strong focus on balancing fire and water. So this could mean like masculine and feminine, or wakefulness and sleep, this like active and passive. And this is really important for our health on multiple dimensions. So a really great metaphor that my teacher refers to is fuel and fire. So when you think about if you want to keep a fire alive and well, you have to strike the right balance with how much fuel you give it. So let's say on a physical level, this is pretty easy to understand with food. So we have our digestive fire, right? And we need to feed this fire. But if you eat too much, you're going to put that fire out. It's going to overwhelm it and just put the whole thing out. But on the other side, if you eat too little, it's like the fire has nothing to work with. So you want to eat the right amount. And this is also the balance between food and exercise. Food is far more enjoyable if you're actually hungry, if your body wants it and needs it because you've been moving and exercising. And so when we do strike this balance with food, let's say, it feels really good. You know, you really enjoy your food, and you're just, it's hard to find this balance. I'll be the first to admit, but it feels really good when you strike the balance between the food, the fuel, and your digestive fire, or how much you're burning that fuel. So that's on a physical level. Also, another physical example would be wakefulness and sleep. So we need to have really good sleep. And then we also need to wake up really well in order to help us fall asleep again later. So actually there's a beautiful practice and reason that it's kind of sad that we even need to tell ourselves this anymore, but to go outside and look at the sunshine, expose your eyes and your skin to some daylight and to some sunlight, and that's going to really wake you up. And then you will find that you will fall asleep easier if you do that. So that's another fuel and fire example on the level of physical. But now we can also get to a more kind of mental level. And here, this is, so it's also fire and water. So this balance between fire and water, or also called the red essence and the white essence, we work with these very, very much. They're aspects of the subtle body, and we want to have them be friends with each other and then help support each other. So fire, or the red essence, this is associated with desire. Desire is great. Desire is what motivates us. It's what gives us energy and pulls us in directions. But the flip side of that, the water side of that, is satisfaction. So this is also, we're getting into the realm of tumo, which would be the desire or the fire, and bliss, which is the water or hormones on that level. That's a subject for another video. I'll do another one specifically about essence to get a little further into that. It's a huge subject. But so we have the red essence and the white essence, the tumo and the bliss, and this is also like desire and satisfaction. So if there was just endless desire, that doesn't feel so great, right? We want the desire fulfilled, and that's satisfaction. So that's kind of on a mental level, and it's important to have the balance of those two things. So then finally, I'll talk a little bit about this energetic level, which is the red and white essence. This is also like the sun energy and the moon energy. These are cycles. We need each of them. And to me, I think a lot about like the masculine and the feminine here. And so for me, my feminine side, it's very much about like being in nature, just being open and expansive, inspiration coming from all things, just, open expansion, inspiration. And then that feels great. But okay, you have all these downloads and these great ideas. Now you got to flip into the masculine and get things done. This is the action, this is the focus. So it's kind of like being able to skillfully move between these two is what feels really great. I'm definitely in a process with that. I'll let you know how it's going. But so it's so important for our health and well-being on many levels to find this balance between the fuel and the fire. The fuel being like feeding yourself by recharging, going in nature, relaxing, rejuvenation. But then you come back and it's action and it's doing. And they're both important, and it's really take a moment to reflect on this and first of all, in the physical way, I think it's really important, first of all, to look at this in terms of your food and your exercise and your sleep habits. Are you balancing your fuel and your fire? Because if you're just burning, you're going to burn out, right? It's just how it is. So you got to give fuel to yourself. So that's all I wanted to say here. And let me know, how do you feel the balances with your fuel and your fire? And the better you hone in that balance, the more energy and clarity you're going to have. So thank you so much for watching and your time and attention, most valuable resource. And I hope to see you again in a future video.